Hi guys, this is Stacey. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Epic Intention Setting. This is week 5. It's the last Sunday in January. And so we're actually bringing January to a close. And with that said, we want to make sure that we're starting off the month of February with strong intentions. And I'm really happy to be sharing the intention that I've chosen today, which is simply, I am kind. And I know for many of you, you may think, boy, that seems like really basic. Aren't people genuinely kind? Well, let's have a chat about that after I read the affirmation. So the intention again is, I am kind. Very simple. The affirmation says, I act in a way that shows generosity, friendliness, and consideration. Now, guys, I'll tell you a little bit about the process to actually creating these cards. Back in 2018, after reading a couple of inspirational books, one by Oprah that kind of reintroduced me to the concept of intention and the power of it, I spent my mornings meditating, as I still do now. And coming out of meditation, I would jot down any thoughts that would come to me. And I would be seeking, I had the intention of capturing positive thoughts that would help to support my mindset going into my day. And when I came out of meditation and the word that came to me was kindness, be kind, Stacey. I was like, well, I think I'm a kind person. And I started to think about, well, what is the affirmation I should write? And I had to actually go and look it up in the dictionary. Like, what is the true meaning of the word kind? Because I think for some of us, we learn words and maybe we even learn meanings pretty early on when we're, kids, and we have a general sense of the meaning. But how often do we take us at some time to look back in the dictionary at something that we feel is so basic, such as kindness, right? That word is tossed around and oftentimes taken for granted. Now, when I read the message that I actually pulled together as an affirmation, it talks about action. So kindness is not just in thought. Kindness is in action, and your intentions can be towards acting. It's not just in how you think, it's also what your thoughts produce, right? Because everything starts at first in the mind. So you think first, as a man thinketh, so is he. You think first, and then your behavior, your language, your behavior, your actions start to reflect the thoughts that are going on in your mind. Now, why do we need to set basic intentions, right? And we're going to just use the word basic, for this conversation. Why do we choose to set basic intentions like kindness? Because if we reflect on the injustices that were taking place in the midst of a pandemic in 2020, you can see that there were many persons, hundreds of people, not acting in a way that showed generosity, that showed friendliness, that showed consideration. And so, what that says to me is that as adults, we need to get back to basics for many things. And intention setting can help with that. As someone who goes through, ups and downs just like everybody else, but as someone who has gone through ups and downs in relationships in particular, relationships with people are a place where you're constantly evolving and growing. This is an intention that I have to focus on because there are many times where I will think thoughts that are not kind, or less so now, but times when I will not act in a way that is showing friendliness or kindness and or consideration, right? And so being able to be reminded that there are some human beingness traits that serve us as individuals and that serve us as a community that we can't afford to forget, that we can't afford to not be deliberate about. And one of those things is kindness. So I encourage you all as you step into the month of February, which also happens to be Black History Month, that you take on an intention of kindness and that you hold true to that, not just for this week, but for the entire month of February. Hey, let's just hold on to it for the whole of 2021, right? I am kind. I act in a way that shows generosity, friendliness, and consideration towards others. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next week as we set another epic intention for our year ahead. Take care.